Welcome to Newsmakers. My name is Shawn Smith. I'm the Assistant Director of Community Relations for Chesterfield County Public Schools. Join us today. We're going to talk a little about Teachers for Tomorrow. I want to welcome both of our guests here. We have with us Sarah Johnson, you're a language arts teacher at Falling Creek Middle School, and Mallory Strittmatter, you're with us as well, English teacher at James River High School. And you both, we were talking just before we started this segment about a wonderful opportunity you had as students in Chesterfield County schools. We won't say how far back when, but back when, called Teachers for Tomorrow. And if you would both kind of chime in and tell us a little bit about the program itself when you were students.
It was an elective class that we had the chance of taking, and in order to really be accepted into the program, you had to apply, kind of talk about why you wanted to pursue this direction, and then you had an interview where you had to sit down and actually communicate your dreams and your desires, and then from that, we got the chance to step inside an elementary, middle, and high school classroom. And I was in the program for 2 years. And so the first year is shadowing, and then the second year, you really get to kind of get your feet wet with where you think you will be best placed once it's all said and done. Where are you going to be able to succeed the most? And so that's kind of how it was run.
And Sarah, I mean, from a day-to-day perspective in that class, you were really, as you were saying before, coming right into the classroom.
Well, for the first placement, you're kind of, like she said, getting your feet wet a little bit. Then it's when you do it your second year, because I did it for 2 years as well, it's full on, and you get really comfortable and you see where you fit best. And that's how I learned I wanted to teach middle school, because my first placement was elementary, and it was great, but I just learned with those middle school kids that that was my niche and that that was where I was going to fit best.
And as for both of you, obviously, you went through that program. That was when you were in high school, but what would you say, was it that program itself, or what really inspired you to teach and be doing what you're doing today?
I always felt like I wanted to be a teacher, but I wasn't quite sure until I got into the program. I was like, this would be awesome. I love being around people. I love being inspired by people. And so I always felt like teaching was the direction I needed to go. But I never really knew until I got into the program when I could actually test that dream and that goal and say, all right, this is what I want to do. So it definitely was, amongst numerous teachers that I've had throughout the years, it was definitely the program that kind of solidified the direction I wanted to go in my life.
How about for you, Sarah?
Going along with that, I had a teacher in elementary school that I just adored. And I actually got to shadow her during my elementary placement, which was cool. And then when I went on to do middle school, I just learned that those kids, like those relationships and just being a role model, was really inspiring. And my 10th grade English teacher, who actually teaches at James River, Mr. Schumacher, just was a great role model, very free-thinking class, very creative, and that's what made me want to teach English. And I kind of use those same things that he did with my kids today.
I mean, from a foundational standpoint, obviously the program itself gave you an insight into, when you were in high school, what it would be like, but how did you feel like that program prepared you? Obviously you had your higher education as well. But.
Yes. I feel like a lot for our generation and younger generations, it seems like a lot of people don't stick with the same job or the same occupation, and not so much with promotions, but they just didn't have the opportunity to explore the passion. And so I thought it was awesome that I got to go to college already knowing this is what I wanted to do, not having to backtrack and say, oh wait, this isn't, and I'm already student teaching. You know, oh wait, is it too late? So I thought it's really invaluable, because I was like, all right, I'm done. Let's go graduate, grad school, and then let's go back into teaching. You know, that's what I really wanted to do. So I was excited I had that opportunity.
Right. How about you, Sarah?
Yeah, with the middle school, some people say, are you crazy, like middle school kids? But having that preview with the Teachers for Tomorrow, then going to Longwood and preparing for that and just knowing what to expect, and like she said, knowing what I wanted to do was just a great feeling. And then pursuing that middle school education through my college career, I just felt absolutely ready. And I never wavered from my decision, and I'm happy.
I mean, you're clearly both very energetic, and I haven't had the chance, but I'm sure you're great at your jobs, and just it's a wonderful transition. I mean, we have about 15 seconds each for you, but I mean, what is it like now to kind of see that come to fruition almost?
It's really neat. I think it's an opportunity that not many people get, and especially since I'm still at James River, I get to see those teachers, or those student teachers, I guess you'll call them. Then they leave and they go to school, and they're elementary, middle, high school, and they seem so excited. And so I think that's neat to still be around, and now I can understand, I'm like, what you did in that class you will reap the benefits from it, because not that I'm like the perfect example by any means, but I'm like, I know it's possible. Yeah. So I think that's neat.
Well, we're about out of time. Thank you both for being here. We'll have to have you back on another time, talk some more about this.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
And thanks to our viewers. Please join us next time. We're about Chesterfield County Public Schools.